We've started this project mostly because we wanted to bring the community together. I feel that my contribution to the community should be, they pay me a pension, I should do something in return. So I do people's bins, I do this sort of work, and it gives me a sort of sense of satisfaction. It's self-satisfaction, nobody needs to acknowledge it. And it's just basically good community work, enjoyable for me. The results are very good for the community. The difference this project has made is that we've now got an area of 47 acres, which is accessible, which is safe, and which is usable in a variety of ways.
Virtually at one time the woods, you couldn't go through them between November and March because it was so muddy. And it's just so much more accessible now. There's open spaces here and flooring, stuff down on the floor, so it's not as muddy as it was. Lots of people can use it, so it's brilliant.
Oh, I'm very proud of her. I'm surprised in a good way of how much it's progressed as well. But yeah, very proud of her. And also I was doing a fashion and textiles degree and she taught me how to knit for that as well. One of the projects, it was to teach herself a new skill. So I sat in with my grandma for a few weeks and it helped with my degree as well. So it's been beneficial in that way, as well as obviously raising money for charity.
When I retired, I took some time to myself, and after that the novelty wore out, being out of work and having leisure time. So I decided to give something back to the community.
Part of gardening in the park is actually doing for somebody else. We're always getting people stopping and they're saying, oh, you're doing a great job and, you know, well done and all this lot. And it really makes you feel great. You know, it gives you an up.
For my own welfare, I feel a lot better for it. And I feel good for helping the community.
It has changed me a lot. It given me a pleasure to know that I can give something to the community. It makes me very active also because I'm in that age myself. I have become active, I have learned to connect with the others. It gives me great pleasure.
I think there's more need for volunteer groups now because as places like the councils are cutting back and things, I think there's more people needed to help fill in some of those gaps, especially if they've got time on their hands.
The volunteers are really passionate. And they're passionate about what they're doing, and they're doing something that is needed in the community.
RSVP encourages people to give back to their communities, and there's a great deal of pleasure in giving back to the community that you grew up in and seeing it flourish. It's like watering the plants in the garden. It has to be done. It's a boring task at times, but the results eventually can be quite spectacular.